Welcome. Surface is high-performance, salon-exclusive hair and skincare that completely respects your personal health and the earth. My name is Carissa Buhl, and this is my model, Sadie. And not only does Surface provide incredible hair care products, they also provide cutting systems. They provide 5 core haircuts that can lead you to any haircut you can imagine. And so today I'm going to teach you the crop, which is a short layered haircut. The key to any good haircut is cutting with the end result in mind. And with Surface, we have literally mapped out ahead. So we have a roadmap for where we're going to start and where we're going to end. So here is our roadmap, and there's certain zones which are certain colors. So I will be referring to this as I'm cutting the hair. So we have our black zone, which is like the crown. We have our green zone, which is the top of the head. Then we have our red zone, which is anything we need to take caution because a lot of times the hair is more sparse here or thinner. So we need to adjust the way we're cutting so we don't cut a hole. And then we have our blue zone, which is the back of the head all the way through the occipital bone. Alright, I have already shampooed Sadie with Trinity shampoo and conditioner. Now I'm going to base Sadie's hair with Awaken Mist. This is going to be my cutting lotion, and also when we blow dry it's going to add some volume to the hair as well. So starting with the crop, we're going to start in the black zone. And so we're going to find the black zone by putting a comb on the top of the head to find the highest point of the head. And then we're going to part that off. And then we're going to find the back of the black zone by having 2 combs, and then wherever they intersect, that will be the end of the black zone. So now we're going to start cutting right in here. So I'm going to use my Surface razor, and we're going to take a section of hair no bigger than the razor blade. We're going to take that section right up, and then you're going to find your desired length, and then I'm going to lay the spine right against the hair and tilt it upwards, and then we're going to shatter that off. And then moving back, I'm going to grab more hair, bring it up, and shatter that off. We're going to do that all the way through the black zone until that is complete. And this is just going to give it a nice feather look up there. And then now I'm going to add the 2 corners into the black zone. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to take a 1/2 inch of the black zone and push it into the green zone. So now I'm going to work from her left side all the way over, and I'm just going to take my guide from the black zone and hold it up. I'm going to have my palm towards the head on this. Then I can see my guide right there. I'm going to go under my fingers and then just shatter that away. Here, and then just shatter that away. Grabbing more hair, and it's just so you're just taking your guide from the back and then just doing little shatters all the way towards the front. And that Awaken Mist is helping my blade glide so smoothly along the hair. Bringing that up, and then I can see my guide, and I'm going to just shatter that up and away, keeping a little bit more length up on top to play with later. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little bit of my green zone down and then into my black zone, and I'm going to take my hand and turn my palm towards me, and that's how I'll be holding the hair with like a peace sign. I'm going to grab it like this, and then I have my guide right there. I'm going to let my guide drop a little bit, and then I'm going to start cutting and roll, roll, roll all the way down. And we're going to pick it up from right here and roll down. And this I'm going pretty tight towards here. I'm going to take off some of that bulk and roll down. Picking up more hair, rolling down. I'm going to keep a little bit of length here. Roll down, and then as I go up and over the ear, I'm going to take my Surface razor like a pencil and then just draw it. Just etch that right out. We're going to leave those fun guys to detail later. And we will go over to the next side. Alright, same thing again. I'm going to have my palm towards me. Grabbing some of that hair and then just shattering that down. Alright, now that we finished doing the black zone, the green zone, and then the red zone, we are going to move into the blue zone right back here. And we're going to do the same thing with our fingers as we did in the red zone. And we're going to turn our palm towards us. And then I'm going to pick up my guide from that black zone. Just right there. And then we're just going to follow that line down and shadow. And then I'm going to take it really close towards the nape. Keep it a little bit longer up towards the top, just to keep that feminine look. So now I cut throughout right here. Now we're going to move down here where we want to get really nice and tight. So I'm going to switch over to my Surface 5-inch swivel shear. And we're going to do just a little scissor over comb for this nape part. So I'm just going to bring my comb in on an angle and then just cut that off. And now using my shear down here will give a little bit more of a blunter edge, a little bit stronger neckline. Alright, I'm just going to make sure my comb is always moving as I'm putting my shears right over and taking off some of that length. Just bring it right to that occipital bone, blend it in nicely, but I don't want to disrupt my already razored edges up there. Keeping it real wispy down here as well, which we will detail out in a bit. Okay, now I'm going to go through and detail out what I just cut with my shear over comb, and I'm just going to take my razor and just dust off the edges, so it's going to put a nice little angle on each hair, so as it grows out it'll continue in that direction. So I'm going to take it over and then just dust it down. Just make it nice and soft. So as I work over to this side, I'm just going to switch directions and then work down that way. Alright, now we're going to start working with the bangs. We're going to detail those out, and we're going to detail out the sides. First, we're going to make sure everything's evenly wet. We're just going to create a little bit shorter up here, and it's going to go a little bit longer. I'm just going to take my razor, like I'm drawing with a pencil, and then just notch it out right over here. And then I'm just going to flutter. Just take that out. So this is going to add some nice separation to the bang, but also make it flow in the direction I want it to flow, because I'm cutting it in that same direction. And then I'm going to make it even more detailed. I'm going to do a little pinch cutting, so I'm going to pinch, and then I'm just going to carve it out on each side, and this will add even more separation. So this haircut will really do all of the work for her. As you can see that nice separation we're getting just from bringing this down, and then we're just going to go slice it on one side and then the other. Right over here. There we go. That will really come to life once we blow dry it. So then right over here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to detail that out. And space creates lift, so I'm going to create a little space right behind the eye, so it'll lift up that eye and show it off. And I'm just going to detail that right down. And then down here, I'm just going to dust that off, still leaving it a little bit long to play with. And then just dusting that away. Just dusting that off. Now cleaning it up. This razor is so sharp that it will cut like butter, but yet it has that silicone guard on there, so it won't cut the skin at all. So I can take it right to the skin and not worry about cutting my guest at all, but I know that it will cut the hair just the way I want it to. Now I'm going to take this right here, create a little bit of space right here, so lift up that eye, and I'm just going to shatter that off. There, yep, so we got that little lift going on right there. Brilliant. Alright, now we're going to detail right behind the ear, so I'm just going to take my comb, and I'm just going to kick that all off with my razor. That's just going to give it a nice soft edge, keeping it very feminine. Same thing over on the other side. I'm just going to grab those hairs and just dust them off. Then I'm just going to take my razor and just draw any pieces I want out. Alright, so for this neckline, I love to use a little Surface Men's Shave Cream paired with a little Boss Suit Oil. So this is going to moisturize the neck, but also make it so I can get really tight and close. As I'm razoring the neck, I'm going to pair those two together and then rub it along that neckline. It's going to moisturize it a ton as well. Alright, now we are prepped and ready to get a nice wispy neckline. So I want this neckline to be very soft, so that's why I'm going to use my razor. I'm just going to go in and just take that neckline off, and as I'm going down, I'm getting any little hairs that might be popping out down there as well, which makes it feel very soft and clean. Take all of that off. Now I'm going to take my razor like a pencil. I'm just going to draw in that neckline just to make it even softer. So then as it grows out, it doesn't get bulky down there as quick, but it also looks detailed. So again, the haircut is doing all the work for her. I'm just going to come over here, just take that off. Any loose hairs, and yeah, with this Surface razor, the blade is just so sharp, so I can do any detailing I want. Now we're going to move towards the front. Okay, now we're going to detail right up here. This is one of my favorite ways to detail. Again, I'm just going to take my razor like a pencil. I really like to draw, so I obviously like to draw in the hair as well. And we're just going to take this up. We're just going to notch out some of that weight, so it's a little bit piecier for her. But it also has really tremendous texture and detail to the haircut. So again, the haircut is working for her, not against her. And then now, I'm going to push it over this way. And I'm just going to take it, we're just going to draw on the hair. Just take out some of that weight. Oh, add tremendous detail to the hair. The little things don't mean a lot, they mean everything. Alright, now that we've completed the haircut, we're going to blow dry. But before I blow dry, I want to put in some texture paste into her hair wet. So I'm going to put about that much throughout her hair. And this is just going to add a really cool texture and volume and a more matte finish, but with a little bit of shine in there. And some hold as well because of the mushroom fibers and the oregano. I'm going to kind of stream that all throughout the hair. Alright, now we're ready to go blow dry. So this is dry and styled with just texture paste. Now to finish off the style, I'm going to use some Taffy Whip. So I'm going to pop about that much into my hand. We're going to do the taffy clap today, so we're going to kind of mix it up in our hands and get the fibers going. Then we're just going to clap it right over the hair. Then once you get it everywhere and all over your bathroom, you know that you've done a good job. And we're going to just stream this all throughout the hair, adding even more definition. This is going to add some more shine, some texture to the hair. I love to go in and just define those pieces right throughout the front. And then throughout this back part, you can kind of add some definition as well. Hop out any bedhead. Alright, there we have it. This is the Surface Crop. I hope that you learned some cool detailing tips today of how to detail a shorter haircut, because the little things don't mean a lot, they mean everything.